Elite Facts presents
10 world-renowned martial arts.
10.
Karate. Karate is, without a doubt, one of the most common martial arts practices. The name karate carries the meaning empty hand in Japanese. Karate is one of the more popular martial arts as it originated centuries ago from the island of Okinawa, but did not catch on in mainland Japan until the early 1900s. The reason it finally caught on was because Master Gichin Funakashi simplified the self-defense techniques and added a philosophical aspect to the art. There are many different styles within karate, but they are all characterized by the same hard blocks, punches, and kicks. Today, it's practiced and studied in countries all over the world.
9.
Muay Thai. Much like karate is to Japan, Muay Thai is the national sport of Thailand. In fact, Muay Thai is so popular in Thailand that it is just as popular to them as baseball is to Americans. This form of kickboxing is different from Western kickboxing because fighters are allowed to use fists, feet, shins, knees, and elbows in their strikes, making this a more brutal alternative to regular kickboxing. The sport has gained worldwide attention, and today it's reported to be taught in schools all over the world.
8.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If you thought kickboxing was brutal, here's a staple fighting style in the world of professional MMA. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was popularized by the Gracie family back in the late 1910s, as the sport has also gained the name Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. As stated before, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a staple in the world of MMA, as it focuses more on grappling and ground fighting techniques, making this style more of a mixed bag in comparison with other fighting styles. Borrowing from Japan's Judo, the system was developed by the Gracie family throughout the early 20th century and has been going strong ever since.
7.
Judo. Probably the more peaceful martial arts style on this list, Judo was founded by Japanese educator Kano Jigoro, who was bullied during his childhood in the 1860s and 1870s. In response to this, Jigoro took basic skills from other martial arts of the day and added his own throws to create modern-day Judo. When translated, the first part of Judo stands for soft method, which means using the opponent's strength against him. It makes sense since Judo, for the most part, is about balance, as when throwing your opponent, you're taking them off balance, thus giving you the leverage to execute the throw. Due to this method of self-defense, Judo practitioners need not have overpowering strength themselves. Judo's primary focus is on throws and work on the ground rather than striking. That being said, however, submission-style attacks such as chokes and locks are also prevalent in this martial art, which is valuable for defending oneself.
6.
Ninjutsu. It's unknown why the Western world has become so intrigued with ninjutsu, as it didn't gain mainstream popularity until the second half of the 20th century. It's said that the historic followers of this mysterious Japanese martial art were guerrilla warriors and assassins. If the name of the martial art style wasn't a dead giveaway, these warriors and assassins were ninjas. Likely considered criminals today, these ninjas used the art of stealth to surprise and defeat their opponents. Born in Japan's feudal age, ninjutsu is a fighting style that, from its first conception, was developed to kill. Hands and feet are used in this martial art, but followers also take weapons training, using devices such as throwing stars, staffs, spears, swords, and explosives. Although popularity in teaching ninjutsu as a whole has declined, techniques and elements of the martial art have been incorporated into the teaching of other fighting styles.
5.
Kung Fu. Despite the popular belief that the term Kung Fu means Chinese martial arts, it instead holds the meaning skill or ability to do something. A more accurate name of this fighting style, however, would be Wushu, which is the modern name for the Chinese martial arts. It is believed that thousands of years ago, the Buddhist monk Bodhidharma created the art to help his students concentrate while meditating. Kung Fu is still widely popular today, and there are 3 variations that can be taught: Shaolin, Wing Chun, and Tai Chi.
4.
Aikido. Another fighting style that originates from Japan, Aikido was first created in the early 1900s, and students of Aikido would learn how to use an assailant's strength and energy against them, similar to how Judo uses an assailant's momentum and weight against them. Students are taught to care for the well-being of their potential attacker, as they are taught how to disarm their attacker without the need to seriously wound them. Weapons training is common in Aikido as well, and followers are taught to defend themselves against staffs, swords, and knives. Its founder, Morihei Ueshiba, states that, quote, "In order to be successful, followers of Aikido must be willing to receive 99% of an opponent's attack and stare death in the face." So, although this is a more peaceful alternative in terms of choosing a martial arts style, it is without a doubt a more risky choice when having to deal with assailants head-on.
3,
Krav Maga. Krav Maga is a martial arts style that is seen as so effective it is actually used by militaries and police forces worldwide. The Israeli martial arts style is not a sport and has no competitions, but it does have a specific focus on self-defense in real-life applications. Students are taught to ignore distractions and inflict maximum damage in close quarters, making Krav Maga very effective.
2,
Taekwondo. Created in South Korea as far back as 57 BC, Taekwondo is a martial arts style that literally translates from Korean to the way of hand and foot. Taekwondo is more defined by strikes rather than grapples, and is distinguished more by its powerful kicks than by hand strikes. Practitioners believe that since the legs are longer and generally stronger than the arms, it's the best weapon a martial artist has. Taekwondo as a sport and exercise is popular with people of both sexes and many different ages. Thanks to the millions of students worldwide, it's now an Olympic sport and is also taught to those in the South Korean military for use in close quarters combat.
1,
JiuJitsu. Famously developed by world-renowned martial artist and actor Bruce Lee, JiuJitsu takes on the literal translation of way of the intercepting fist, which is essentially straight to the point. Although this is not technically a martial art in the traditional sense, it is a combat philosophy that incorporates traits and characteristics from many other fighting styles from around the world, including Western fighting styles such as boxing and fencing. There are no set solo training forms, and practitioners are encouraged to interpret techniques for themselves and to change them if necessary, giving the student freedom to experiment.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more elite facts.